Meanwhile, a brand new A&E special takes an in-depth look at the unexpected face of addiction following a recovered heroin addict who's made it his life's mission to help others get clean.
I overdosed on heroin, hit 2 cars, and almost killed 4 people. I'm the guy to get them into treatment. It's one addict helping another addict.
That's Dope Man, and it premieres tonight at 10 p.m. Eastern and on A&E. And here now to share their incredible project is actor and executive producer Jason Hervey. You remember him from The Wonder Years, of course, and Tim Ryan, who's a recovering addict featured in the show. Thank you both for joining us.
Thank you very much.
Tim, if you would, just tell us a little bit more about your story.
You know, I was a guy that struggled with addiction my entire life. I had learning disabilities, ADD, and alcohol and drugs were what I found in and out of recovery. And I'd picked up heroin at 32 years old and took me down a 12-year road to utter hell and destruction, prison twice. My last stint, I overdosed while driving, hit 2 cars, almost killed 4 people, was given a 7-year prison sentence. In the midst of fighting that, my oldest son and I was not a father to Nick, I was a friend. I let him smoke weed and drink in the house. We ultimately started doing heroin together. I'll be the first to admit I helped kill my own son, because when I got out of prison and started turning my life around, August 1st of 2012, my son died, or 2013, my son died from a
3 years ago
3 years ago tomorrow,
Yeah.
Nicholas died from an overdose on my 21-month sobriety date. And Nick really instilled what I do today. And here's where we are. It's actually where I carry Nicholas's ashes, and he guides and directs me every day.
Well, you have the cross. You're wearing the cross where his ashes are. Did God help you get through this? What was it that changed you in prison?
100%. You know, that's when I was sentenced to prison. I had a $500 a day heroin habit, and I can remember vomiting and defecating myself in that cell for 2 weeks. And that's when I looked up and said, God, higher power, please take away this obsession and compulsion to use, and I swear I will turn my will and life over to you. And I was able to get into Sheridan Correctional Center, which ran the West Care drug treatment program. I plugged into recovery. My cellmate was a former gang chief, and all we did 18 hours a day was study the big book of Alcoholics Anonymous, the NA Basic Text, the Bible, read hundreds of books, wrote the business plan for Man A&E Recovery Foundation in prison. And, you know, this is what I do today. But unfortunately, you know, I've attended 110 funerals since my son Nicholas died.
Unbelievable.
I've guided and directed over 3,000 people into treatment. Most people just don't know how to put their hand up and ask for help.
You know, Jason, after the Wonder Years, and we all loved you on that show, you started doing reality shows. But this is the ultimate reality of where we are as a country right now. There are so many hooked, like this guy was, on heroin, on opioids, on all sorts of stuff.
Yeah, and I think it takes somebody like Tim, who is a force of nature, to help these people and guide them into recovery. And the second that I met him, we spent a couple hours together, I knew that he was the real deal and puts in the work, whether cameras are rolling or not. Couldn't be happier and more proud of him and the people that we're helping. And our partner at A&E Network is the right place to be for this show, which premieres tonight after intervention.
Yeah,
And you know what?
We've got a short clip of the show, and we'll play it right now.
You stay sober a year, you got my word, I'll give you a job. You have my word, I will give you a job.
You've given me hope.
Whatever you want, dude, I'm always there for you.
It's just scary knowing what's on the other end. It's the first time in a long time I felt like I have a goal.
You know what's on the other end? All those dreams, happiness, serenity, all that good stuff is. It's there, relax, it's all good.
Thanks a lot.
Don't worry about it, brother. Get over here, man. Thank you, God. Thank you, Nick. Just gave another kid a shot at life.
Saved from what?
Not many people in prison, unfortunately. If you took a cancer patient and put them in prison for 2 years and release them, do you think they're cured of cancer? No. So you take someone with a substance abuse issue and incarcerate them and don't give them any tools, they get out within 30 days. Chances are they're going to be using. And I mean, the youngest heroin addict I've worked with is 12 years old. The oldest is 78.
12 years old.
12 years old. This affects every race, creed, social status, doesn't matter who you are. I've worked with billionaire families. I've worked with the indigent.
Have you talked to any of these kids that you're saving on the show? Have you talked to their parents?
Oh, absolutely.
Oh, they're very involved.
Yeah, I
I'm sure
run
they are
family
so
support
grateful.
groups, and yeah, it's the disease of addiction doesn't just affect me, it affects everyone. I mean, the mom, dad, grandpa, and friends, and it's a horrific way to live, but the hardest thing for someone to do is put their hand up and say, I need some help.
You know, for so long, Jason, a lot of families haven't talked about it, and I love the fact that you talked about it. Billionaire families right on down. There used to be such shame associated with this, but now every family is impacted. If not somebody in your family, somebody who is very close to you has got a problem.
Yeah, and you're right. And over 120-something people a day. 144 people a day are dying. And when he told me a statistic that 1 in 5 kids in high school will become addicted, and out of those 5, 1 of them most likely will die from a heroin overdose. You know, I have twins in high school, so you know, obviously I can relate to that, and God forbid that happens to my children, their friends. So it became what I had to do to get involved with him.
All right, we'll be watching the new show. It's
I can't
called...
believe you have kids in high school.
Yeah.
I can't either.
Don't say that.
The new show is
you.
called Dope Man. Jason and Tim, thank you very much.
Thank you. Thank you.